Hey, it's Trick Hunter. Today I'm gonna break down exactly how much I made from stock agencies in June 2024. We'll go through 123RF, Depositphotos, Dreamstime, Motion AI, Getty Images, iStock, Shutterstock, and Adobe Stock, from the smallest to the biggest earner. If you enjoy this kind of content and want more detailed income breakdowns, hit that like button and subscribe. It really keeps me motivated to keep making these videos. And of course, if you've got any questions, drop them in the comments. I make sure to reply to all of them. Alright, let's dive right into the first stock agency. Let's start with the first stock agency, which is 123RF. The first photo sold this month for 21 cents is a shot of my wife climbing a small hill in the Vercors Mountains. Just a little break, a few photos, and then back up the hill. It's always fun to capture these small moments, and the natural light was really nice that day. The second and last photo sold on 123RF this month for 22 cents shows a solar panel installation on top of a greenhouse with a beautiful view of the surrounding forest and mountains. It's a simple shot, but I love how the patterns of the panels match the natural landscape. Overall, 123RF brought me just 43 cents this month, which is pretty typical, as this platform usually gives me only a small income each month. Next up is Depositphotos. The first photo sold this month for 33 cents is a statue of Francis II Rakoczy on horseback, with the Hungarian parliament building in the background, shot in Budapest in Hungary. The second photo, sold for 48 cents, shows the coastline at Théoule-sur-Mer in France. This scenic park by the sea has winding paths leading down to the rocky beaches, red cliffs dropping into the water, and a very atmospheric vibe. Honestly, one of my favorite spots along the French Mediterranean coast. Overall, Depositphotos brought in just 78 cents this month. Next up is Dreamstime. The first sold photo this month went for 35 cents. It's an AI-generated illustration of an athlete running in an Olympic stadium, with dramatic red flare effects in the background. I started adding AI illustrations to Dreamstime. As you can see, they do sell. The next sale come from a small batch of photos, just 3 images, all from the same location, Solina Lake in the southern Poland. You can see the lake with its dam and the hydroelectric power plant. Recently a cable car was installed there, giving a great panoramic view of the lake and the dam. All 3 photos sold at the same time, each for 35 cents. Now let's talk about the first video I ever sold on Dreamstime. At first, I was uploading photos together with videos, but I stopped, because there's very little demand for videos on this platform. Still, this one sold for $5.60. It shows a sorting machine in an apple processing facility, moving apples into a water bath before they are transported for sorting and distribution. Overall, Dreamstime brought me $7 this month. Small, but sometimes these smaller agencies can really surprise you. Next up is Motion AI. This month 88 videos were sold. I didn't manage to upload anything new, no videos or photos at all. The total earnings for the month were $11, which is pretty typical. Usually sales hover around 100 videos per month with income in the $10 range. So there is no big growth, but nothing is dropping either. A steady, predictable income between $5 and $11 each month. As you probably know, Motion AI doesn't show exactly what sold or for how much. They have their own sales system. We only get the total earnings at the end of the month. Now let's check out the top selling videos this month. The first one is a drone flight over the Vercors mountain range. The shots sweep over the mountains, revealing the whole landscape during sunset in autumn. Like I mentioned, we can't see exactly how much this video sold for. The second top video is a drone shot of the coastline near the Estoril Mountains in the French Riviera. This is one of my favorite locations, winding roads along red cliffs, dropping into the Mediterranean Sea. And in this shot you can even see a freight train passing through this scenic area. The third most popular and most supported video is a panoramic shot of the Polish Tatra mountains in southern Poland. It's winter time with snow-covered peaks at the town of Zakopane at the foot of the mountains. Motion Array brought me $11 this month. Next up is Getty Images iStock. This month I had a total of 32 assets sold, 27 photos bringing in $19.77. Right at the top you can see my most profitable photo on this platform, but we'll get to that in a second. For videos, 5 clips sold this month, totaling $25.62. Let's start with the top earning photos. The first one sold for $3.22. It's an aerial shot of an office building with different plants on the roof. Flying over this building caught my attention, so I took a few shots and added a little Photoshop work. This one ended up selling for $3.22. The next photo, which I mentioned before, sold 9 times for a total of $6.31. Solar panels on a greenhouse. It wasn't the top earner this month, though, because the highest selling photo was from the same location as in the previous agency, Theoule-sur-Mer. This shot sold for $6.50, and from what I find by chance, it actually ended up being used in an article for Vogue. It's always a cool bonus when stock photos land in big brands or magazines like that. Moving on to the top earning videos this month, the first one is a drone shot over the Estoril mountains along the Mediterranean coast, a close-up flight over the Red Hills, sold for $2.60. The next video is a small clip with just 2 wind turbines, a wind farm along the Rhone River, near the town of Le Poussin in France, sold for $9.19. And the top selling video this month is a panoramic aerial shot of a snowy pine forest with a winding asphalt road in the middle. This was filmed in Pilla Park near Saint-Étienne, southern central France. Overall, Getty Images iStock brought in $45.39 this month. We're starting with another stock agency, Shutterstock, which ranks number 2 this month. A total of 31 assets sold, 30 of which were photos. Unfortunately, only one video sold this month, and the price wasn't great, which can be a bit discouraging. But hey, we keep going. The first best-selling photos this month for $1.25 is from the same hiking trip I mentioned in another agency. My wife is climbing the stone steps to the top of the Vercors mountains. This shot is popular because of its composition and the large copy space, perfect for the clients who wants to add text. The next photo sold for $5.20. Not very often do images sell for this amount, but it's happened twice this month. It shows small stone towers built by people in a natural park in Colorado in France, surrounded by red rocks. And the highest earning photo this month sold for $44. It's a shot of solar panels on a greenhouse in the morning sunlight. This is my biggest sale on Shutterstock so far. Usually the top sales are around $15 or $20, so $44 is really rare in my experience. As for the only video sold for this month, it sold for just 29 cents. It's a close-up of a wind turbine at sunrise over the Rhone River. Not a big payout, but still better than nothing. The photos definitely made up for the low video earnings. In total, Shutterstock brought in $55.64 this month. Not huge, but it shows that stock photography can bring in solid income and sometimes even unexpected big sales. Now let's move on to my top earning agency, Adobe Stock. This month there were 104 assets downloaded in total, 75 illustrations bringing in $76.35, 22 photos for $21.29, and finally videos sold 7 times totaling $40.04. As you can see, the month started quite slow, just $10 in the first week, but by the last week of June, earnings jumped to $49. I think this was due to the people finalizing projects before the holidays, which made the end of the month particularly strong. Looking at the daily breakdown, the most profitable day was June 26, when I earned $22.69 in a single day. Another good day brought in around $11, and the most assets downloaded in the one day was 12 on May 11. There were also 3 days with 0 downloads, June 50, 23, and 29. Now let's talk about the top selling photos this month. The first photo, sold for $2.06, is a close-up of a wind turbine blades with dense fog in the background, beautifully lit by sunlight. Gave a really nice effect. The second photo, sold for $2.56, shows a pedestrian suspension bridge over the Rhone River, and if you look closely, there is a cyclist in the distance. The third top photo, sold for $3.30, shows a cable car in Grenoble taking tourists from the city center up to the hill of Fort de la Bastille, with a stunning panorama of the snow-covered alpine mountains in the background. Moving on to illustrations. The first one, sold 6 times for $4.32, shows a female athlete in an abstract water splash. Another illustration, sold 4 times for $4.95, a hand holding the Olympic torch with the Eiffel Tower in the background. And the top selling illustration, sold 12 times for $9.94, shows an athlete running at the base of the Eiffel Tower in a colorful abstract water splash. Finally, let's look at the videos. One is a drone flight over the Rhone River early in the morning, with the turbulent water reflecting clouds and sky like a mirror, shot in Le Poussin in France. Another video, sold for $4.20, shows a river cleaning system in the same area, filtering debris like branches and plastic from the river. Next, a frequently sold clip, $5.60, is a drone flight over ripening vineyards with beautiful mountainous scenery. Another is a drone shot of the Estoril Mountains, panoramic from bottom to top, sold for $7.84. And the top video this month, sold for $8.40, is a snowy mountain landscape in Pilat Park near Saint-Étienne, with winding asphalt roads and dense pine forests. A truly beautiful winter scenery. Overall, Adobe Stock earned me $137.68 this month, making it my top performing agency once again. And we are at the end of the month. This month I earned a total of $257.92, with 266 assets downloaded, photos and videos combined. This number doesn't change much month to month. It usually hovers between 250 and 300 downloads, which I think is a solid result. As I've mentioned a few times, this is a hobby project I do in my free time alongside my regular work. Stock agencies like Adobe Stock, Shutterstock and Getty Images iStock, my top 3, really do the job, so I definitely recommend starting there if you're new to stock photography. If you're just getting started, I've included affiliate links in the description for Shutterstock and Dreamstime, so feel free to sign up through those links. This month, some platforms like Alamy, Bigstock, IEM, Pond5 and Wirestock didn't bring any sales. That's okay, I'm still adding new content to all of them, but my main focus remains on Adobe Stock, Shutterstock and Getty Images iStock, which are my top earners. Comparing this month to June 2023, the difference is almost $132 more, so you can see the progress little by little. Thanks so much for watching, check out my other videos and I'll see you in the next one, bye!